Alright guys, for the next Otterssoul review, I think we should take a step back in life.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna beat all of you at Wii Bowling again.
No, it's not Wii Sports, sorry. But the Mario Party with the car is the most boring one. Who said anything about Mario Party?
Oh, God no. Not Wii Carnival games.
No, it's not even on the Wii. Here. 16! You can play as the demonic CGI versions of MaryKate, Ashley, or these two girls no one's ever heard of. The goal is to... Okay, so I think you win by having the most or the correct friends in your car. It's referenced in the intro cutscene that you all are going to have an epic party, and whoever brings the most guys to the party wins. You can land on special spots on the map that let you pick up a friend, though there's both male and female friends. Party! 16! Other players can take your friends away from you to their own cars by either landing on the same spot or beating you in a 1v1 minigame. These games can be triggered either by landing on a challenge square or by landing on the same space as another player. Whether one of these minigames happened or not, there will always be a minigame at the end of each round in classic Mario Party style between all 4 players. Winning these games earns you coins and points. Points might also be how you win, because the passengers in your car appear to be worth a set amount of points. Laps around the track completed are worth points, wins in a minigame are worth points, keys picked up in a minigame are worth points, coins are worth points, so if everything is worth points, that must be how you win, right? I don't know, because we never finished our game. Not because the game was awful. Sure, it had a lot wrong with it that I'll get into later, but we were actually having fun with it.
Hit all of them.
So what happens if you get to 0?
Sarah!
I don't know, but we may find out.
Sarah! Pick a lane! Pick a lane!
Oh my god.
Pick one that doesn't have cones in it!
The game was just engaging enough to keep you paying attention. The games, while limited, were usually varied enough. The challenge mini-games for who was riding with you are a decent mechanic to keep things competitive. And of course, the party atmosphere always helps. When you're doing something with friends, it's always going to be more fun. The problem was the length. We had been playing for almost 6 hours when we stopped on one game. After looking some stuff up online, we realized a few possibilities. See, when we started the game, we just simply used the default settings, not thinking to specifically set how long the game would be. The longer the game went on, the more confused we were as to why it kept not ending. At first, we thought it was set to 10 laps, but then when I finally got around the 10th lap and onto the 11th, the game kept going. The next possibility was that it wanted everyone to complete 10 laps. Well, thanks to some game design issues, one of our players was back on lap 5, so it might have wanted us to have everyone finish 10 laps. At which point, if you do the math, we'd be playing for another 3 hours. Or, even worse, when we looked it up online, we found out that this game can go up to 30 rounds. Now, or not rounds, like laps around the whole track. 30? Who has that kind of time? What insane madman goes, yes, I can dedicate the next 18 hours of my life to this? I thought you said there was a party.
We get there when we get there!
A huge part of the problem is the games. There's a reason Mario Party, probably the gold standard for this style of game, only does one quick minigame per round. In MaryKate and Ashley Sweet 16 Licensed to Drive, God, what an unnecessary name. Every minigame goes on for the same amount of time no matter what, since almost every game is centered around traveling somewhere, whether that be via car, motorbike, jet ski, or swimming. Of course, there are games that don't focus around driving. You could be taking pictures of ladies posing around a car, or building a car, or chasing clothes. No, it doesn't fit with anything else. But no matter what, it lasts so long, and only one game, building a car, seems to be able to be wrapped up really any faster. Oh, this one is pretty quick.
Why am I up here now?
Because I wanted this seat.
Oh, this one's quick because none of us do it.
Alright, so here's the plan. Mash A.
Mash A?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the car? We have the same thing!
Same car! How did you win?
She mashed slightly later on the wheel than the rest of us.
I got the right wheel!
I don't even know what the car was supposed to look like.
Me neither.
You know, mashing A made it better.
I hit start and I was like, oh wait, we should have watched that one.
Ooh, here we see Mr. Steal Your Stuff.
Ta. Oh.
Look at the...
Now this wouldn't be too bad if you did one minigame each round, but instead you almost never do that. It's actually possible to do a minigame on every player's roll, whether because they landed on the same spot or they landed on a challenge square. Each of these games takes just as long as the final minigame because it is the final minigame, but with only 2 players. This results in rounds taking an incredibly long time, and when you can easily lose a turn, roll low, or get completely stuck and unable to move, rounds really start to add up since the game measures in laps around the entire map rather than rounds passed. This is an insane mistake. Halfway through our stream, I think all of us playing were actually ready to recommend this game as an awful game that was hilariously bad that you could sit down and have fun with friends. But it takes so long to play that I'm really not sure that we can suggest it. What I mentioned earlier is also a huge issue. It's pretty easy to get stuck through no fault of your own. It happened twice during our stream where a player was simply unable to participate in half of the game anymore and continue around the map. There are several paths that you can take to get to some places. So how do you want to move around the map?
Okay, we need to finalize our game design. The board's got multiple roads, right? But why should the players use any of them? We need to make them change it up, you know?
They're roads, right?
Yeah.
Road work happens all the time. We'll just have that happen on some roads every now and then. Close down that road for a bit.
Great idea. But what about our backing up mechanic? It'd make no sense if he can back up onto a closed road.
We'll just close off both ends of the road.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Alright, so I'll start getting that programmed. You write something up for why.
Yeah, not a problem.
Guys, if both ends of the roads are closed off, then how is someone supposed to get off of it?
What? Come on!
What are the chances of that even happening?
Exactly, the one car is going to somehow be on the road that you can go through in one, maybe 2 turns exactly when it closes.
We don't have time to waste coding through near impossibilities. Especially not with what a claim's paying.
Amen!
Okay, let's say it did happen. How would they start playing again?
Seriously?
I mean, they can just go back to rolling and moving on the road when it opens back up again.
Yeah.
Oh, so what, a round or 2?
Nah, not in a round or 2. When someone else lands on the event space... What was that? When someone else lands on the event space and the road opens back up again if the random number generator feels like it.
Wait, so you're saying someone could be stuck there literally indefinitely?
Oh, look at Miss. I know everything over here. First, she's so worried that the event's gonna be so common people will get stuck. And then, somehow, it will never happen again and they can't get unstuck.
You really can't have it both ways, driving your car and parking it too.
I mean, wait. No. She's right.
Thank you.
We better make sure to put it in the code that if a car gets locked on the road, then they can't move so that nothing crashes. If the event is that common that they get stuck on the road, they'll be off of it in no time.
That's not what I meant.
What? Sounds reasonable. I'll write on that after this break.
Okay.
Why is everyone I work with an idiot?
Oh, go back to modeling flying pants.
I think it seems obvious after that sketch, but yeah, A person, if they're on a road when it closes, is just stuck there indefinitely until someone else lands on an event square and the randomizer reopens that specific road. We had one car finally escape the road, another car go onto it, and the road immediately close again. It's just one of several mechanics that I'm not sure the game fully thought through. The coins, for instance, what are you supposed to do with them? There are a bunch of really powerful, interesting items that you can use during gameplay, but to buy them you have to either get the very rare shopping trip event, or land on a shop space. Where the shop space is, we have no idea. Most spaces make you gain or lose some coins, but when you can't use those coins, it means nothing beyond the meager points. But what about the main gameplay of mini-games then? Are they fun? Sorta. You can definitely have fun with them as a group because they're simple enough to be understood, but just tough enough or janky enough to keep you on your toes. I feel like more effort went into some of these games than anything else, but there's also a limited amount. The first Mario Party on the Nintendo 64 had 50 mini-games for players to end up in. This game, on the GameCube, has 30, and some just are copies of each other. Over the course of the 10 laps, we had played every game repeatedly, and certainly each had our favorites. But that also means we had ones we hate. But there's also something worse than any of the games: the soundtrack. And best of all, she's gonna get more points.
I still haven't figured out how to speed up.
Hold forwards.
I have been this entire game.
16! And we're all jaded adults here.
Licensed games are not known to have great soundtracks, since, they already spent all their money on the license. Or, in the case of this game, who knows what Acclaim did spend it on, since they ended up being sued by the Olsen twins over unpaid royalties. And then they had to settle out of court because their own books proved it. But this music is incredibly tough to listen to. I guess it serves its purpose, and it isn't as ear-bleedingly awful as Littlest Pet Shop, but by the end, hearing 16 will either have become a joke like it was for us, or will make you want to mute the TV. Also, like us. If you've got some friends and you all have a love for the weirdly terrible but fun, it could be a decent game, but if you're in that much of a hurry to lose some friends, Mario Party is not only more fun, but faster.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the new camera. I'm not entirely sure what I think of it so far, but we'll be trying it out, experimenting a little bit going forwards. Our next several games all are much better. I feel like we've kind of been on a really good kick for at least decent, if not good games. So look forward to that. Everything's been recorded for the next couple of episodes, so you should see them coming up a lot faster. Until then, I'll see you all next time, and remember, life is always another game waiting to be discovered.